You know, stem cells are expensive everywhere. If you're gonna spend the money to get a stem cell treatment, like you want to make sure that you're getting what you're paying for, that they're gonna be living. Yeah, so I grew up in Reno, Nevada. Wrestled from the age of 7, I think, and was able to get a scholarship to go wrestle at Arizona State out of high school. You know, kind of the whole time I was going through that process, even in youth wrestling, I knew that someday I was going to be an MMA fighter. I really dived into the striking aspect of the sport because I found out I fell in love with it. I fell in love with Muay Thai. I fell in love with boxing. I had a bunch of amateur boxing and Muay Thai fights as well as MMA fights. I even traveled to Thailand. I turned pro in MMA in 2020, knocking people out in the first round. I'm tied for the record. First 5 fights, 5 first-round knockouts. Started smoking people. Dropped the ball on. Lost one against a guy I feel like I was better than. Came back, had a strong performance, choked somebody unconscious in the first round. And then, you know, I'm back on track. Here we go. We're going on the win streak. And then tore my ACL. Had my MRI sent to the team here. And you know what? They did something that I don't think a lot of other clinics would do. The doctors looked at my MRI and they just told me straight up, they're like, listen, man, stem cells aren't going to grow back as a ruptured ACL. You need surgery. And I thought that was very honest of the team here. You know what I mean? I think that says a lot about the quality of the operation, because I think there are a lot of clinics that you hear horror stories about and, you know, in different places that would just say, like, sure, come on down, we'll charge you, shoot you up, and like they don't care what happens. Whereas the team here is a legitimate medical team interested in results. Medellin has been awesome. You know, I really didn't know what to expect from Colombia. You just don't know. Clinic has been unbelievable. I never encountered like a high-end, like concierge style medical center before, and like they really, like, from the time you get off the airplane, like you have somebody assigned to you that's going to make sure you're where you need to be at the right time, that all your needs are taken care of. It's an elite medical experience.
6-1 right now. I wrote 7-1 because that's what I'm going when I get back in the cage.
So I had IV stem cells, ozone treatment, a spot injection of stem cells, followed by cryotherapy, hyperbaric chamber. You know, I don't really understand like how much of this like surrounding treatments were going to be available. You know what I mean? It's not like you come in, they just shoot you with stem cells and kick you out the door. There's the whole host of treatments and therapies and procedures around the major procedure that kind of facilitate the healing process. You know, stem cells are expensive everywhere. If you're going to spend the money to get a stem cell treatment, like you want to make sure that you're getting what you're paying for, that they're going to be living. This is a very professional operation. The staff is very thorough. Obviously, everybody's certified, qualified. I've seen the lab. I've seen, you know, I had the procedure, I had the shot. Like, as far as like sanitation and safety, like every precaution that you would see in the United States is taken here. You know, the reason it's here is because the laws in America won't allow it to be in America.